One, two. Seems to be recording. Well, this is one of those projects that I am unsure how to tackle. I think what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna do kind of like a color scheme. I'll lay down the colors that are supposed to be from the sun reflection, because I think that color is the most predominant one throughout the whole composition there, exception of the sky, of course. I think the sky is halfway reflecting, but the sea, the water, I think it's best to and I also think that cameras reproduce colors like really, really bright. I like a little more of an intimate feeling, something something in the realm of orange, but not quite orange. By the way, I'm using the Grumbacher cadmium orange, and I toned it down a bit with a little yellow ochre. This should take care of the composition. And being a seascape, you kind of sketch as you go. All it is that horizon line. That's where we all have issues. If nothing else is straight, that horizon line has to be straight. You know, and I think that I'm gonna use a straight edge. A while ago, I found that when you, especially with my freehand, when you put something like a straight line in the middle of a freehand painting, it looks odd. You don't expect to find that there, but it also gives the painting itself, some kind of a unity, linearity, if you would, and yeah. Now this is my homemade Prussian blue, which is a mixture. It's not quite like a midnight blue, but it's a mixture of little red and blue, and a tiny little bit of ivory black. And it's I like my midnight blue. It's almost black. Even the Payne's gray, which are probably in the same family. But if you make it with ivory black, it's not black, it's got a lot of blue in it. I would dare to say that it's a black blue. That it belongs to the blue family, I believe. I think it's a more interesting color. Yeah, a while ago, my friend asked me, why don't you try to go for the more brighter, uh, brilliant, brilliant colors? And sometimes I do, but for some reason, uh, the finished work is not something I'm proud of. Not proud at all. Uh, Sometimes you look at paintings and you think, well, it came straight out of the tube. There's no mixing. Well, I opened my side window today, and everybody decided to come by with trucks today. I don't know. I'm using this microphone because that new camera, that HQ3. I don't care what anybody says. It might reproduce music good. I haven't tried it with the keyboards yet, but my scratchy voice is not reproduced too well. However, every neighbor of mine that goes up or down comes out in the video, on the audio portion of it. Yeah, you try to keep that misty part all the way in the back, true to distance, and there's one that's one tricky area right there. See, I made that little uh, light dot so that I would know how high up the water that sun should be. Because when I get ready to straight edge again, I don't want to put the sun on the water. I want to put it above the water, up in the sky. And probably start working from the very back towards the front. I don't like to start doing details this early, so I would probably grab a medium brush instead of a detail brush, so we can get some of those far away water lines or waves or whatever. Now, even if the straight edge is not straight from one side to the other, that's still not critical. Still not critical. But the in a context, it's straight enough, straighter than what I would do with my bare hand. So if I need to bring up the left side, like I see that it's already a bit lower, a lot more sky on the left than there is a lot sky on the right. Yeah, I could always do it, and we could do it one of two ways. We could add more of that orange in the sky, which I don't want to do. I would rather just run across another line on the left hand side and accentuate it that way. It would look a lot more natural, and I would not use the misty, lose the misty feeling of that sky back there. Well, it all works as a whole, really. When it's a whole thing, you try to break down as much as you can break down all the different parts of whatever it is you're doing, and each one in its own right makes the painting by using this color scheme with the orange as an underpainting. Um, I think I achieved that evenness of the color all over in the canvas without really covering the canvas in paint. But that would probably be the most evident towards the beginning when we have to do towards the ending where we have to do the highlights. That's still a long way off. And I will be using my flake white for all these mixes. And of course, a day or two later, when everything's dry enough, I'll come back with my titanium white and I'll make new highlights. Yeah, I decided that I'm gonna go over that misty line there. I think I darkened it too much because I smudged a lot of the black from the sea, the dark. I smudged it onto to that sky. We could always like scrape and begin anew. The whole composition or certain areas only. I try to do other workarounds to that. You know, you have to believe in yourself. Whether the end product is what you expected or not, you have to try it. And I am there in that way. If it smudges it, well, we'll learn for next time. But you gotta try it. Don't be so scared of putting it down and let's sit back and see what it looks like. What would happen if I did this? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be wondering. I'm gonna do it. Bam! Oh God, it's no good. Or it could be, well, this is awesome. And you will never know until you try it. So I know that my sky is way darker than that other one, which is fine with me because remember that we don't want to do the same picture or photograph or the painting. You don't want to do anything exactly. You want to show your artistic skill in your own style, and that is exactly what we had. That's our job. You know, people are not going to come to you and buy a photograph from a painter. You're a painter, sell me a painting. If they want a photograph, they go to your buddy next door and who's a photographer, and they'll get their photo from them. You know, they want a painting, so give them a darn painting. And basically, what we're doing is we're showing the viewer how we saw that these things were made in nature, or how you viewed them, or you know how the viewer sees things. And with this kind of dark water and sunset thing, it's kind of an easier thing to accomplish because all it is the tiny brushworks from the background, all those waves in the distance are small, tiny, short brush strokes, very thin. And as you progress, then you have your middle ground where everything. That's why you see me putting these longer dashes or lines or whatever you want to call them, and smaller ones in the back so that I can use a size reference. You could break it down to 4 or 5 different sizes. I don't do that. I use 3. Tiny in the back, mediums in the middle, and big ones on the front. Simplify darn things so much. If you try to be so realistic, you'd have to paint every pine needle on that pine tree, and it's not going to look good. I guarantee you that. Same thing as trying to paint waves. Pretty soon some jackass comes over and asks you, "Where's the fish? I don't see no fish." You know, people are realistic. And then I remember my days doing shows and painting live for people and trying to do that. Oh my God! I used to go around the island, the Caribbean, and set up shop and start painting, and bring along a couple paintings that you have and sell whatever you can at the same time that you're painting. And sometimes it was very profitable. All the days I'd go home, my wife would go with me to each and every one of those, and some days we took from there, we went party. When 4 or 5 o'clock hit, I'd stop painting and it's time to do ours now. But other times, if nothing sold, or if only one piece sold, we need gas money. We need to think about getting back here tomorrow with so many things. It wasn't so pretty. The issue with that was that you would have your viewers, and they want to put their 2 cents into whatever it is that's going on while you're painting. And you always have that guy. For example, you are painting a person somewhere in front of a building or something, while you are doing the little sketch for the legs or the arms. So somebody always says, "Oh, look, he's got no head." He's got no head. You know what I mean? They don't think. They just want to comment. And in the beginning, I was like, dude, this is a process. You gotta establish how high you're gonna do, how tall the person's gonna be, so you can see where you're gonna put the head on. So I start with the feet, and then I measure the height of the figure to in context with the trees or the buildings or whatever the hell it is. But you're not gonna start from everywhere at once. You're gonna start from one spot. And the first thing that I want to do is make sure that I have a stance.